Zora Neale Hurston once said, "There are years that ask questions and years that answer." Today, we delve into the years of a woman who posed many questions and provided even more answers. Born in the year 1891, Zora grew up in Eatonville, Florida, the first incorporated African-American town in the United States. This unique upbringing shaped her perspective and influenced her later work. Her life was marked by a defining tragedy at an early age, with the death of her mother and the subsequent remarriage of her father. These events led to a challenging childhood, but also ignited a spark of resilience in young Zora. Amidst the trials, her love for literature remained a constant. It was a passion that she nurtured, leading her to pursue education against all odds. Her journey was far from easy, but her determination was unwavering. Despite the hardships, young Zora was determined to pursue her love for literature and education. Hurston's journey took her to Howard University and later to New York City, where she became a prominent figure in the Harlem Renaissance. As a student at Howard, she began to refine her literary voice, a voice that would later resonate through the vibrant streets of Harlem. Moving to New York City, she quickly found herself in the heart of the Harlem Renaissance, a thriving cultural movement known for its explosion of creativity in African American arts. Surrounded by influential figures like Langston Hughes and Countee Cullen, Hurston's own work began to garner attention. Her writings, filled with the rich tapestry of African American culture and life, shone a spotlight on the experiences that were often overlooked in mainstream literature. Her novels, essays, and plays from this period showcased her unique storytelling style and her deep understanding of her culture and heritage. Hurston's unique voice and perspective made her a standout figure during the Harlem Renaissance. Zora Neale Hurston was not just a writer, she was also a dedicated folklorist and anthropologist. Her passion for African American folklore and culture was the compass guiding her fieldwork across the South and the Caribbean. Through this journey, Hurston collected stories, myths, and traditions, which she elegantly wove into her literary works. In her seminal work Mules and Men, Hurston masterfully combined her anthropological observations with her storytelling prowess, chronicling the rich folklore of the African American South. Her later expedition to Haiti resulted in another influential work, Tell My Horse, a deep dive into Caribbean voodoo practices. Hurston's collaborations with folklorists like Alan Lomax amplified the reach of her research, bringing African American folklore to a broader audience. She was not just a passive observer, Hurston actively participated in the cultures she studied, which lent her writings an authenticity that resonates to this day. Hurston's anthropological work allowed her to preserve a rich tapestry of African American folklore and culture for future generations. Zora Neale Hurston's impact extends far beyond her lifetime. After years of obscurity following her death, Hurston's work gained posthumous recognition in the 70s, largely due to the efforts of writer Alice Walker. Since then, her writings have influenced countless authors and continue to be widely read and studied. Her novel, Their Eyes Were Watching God, is now considered a classic of African American literature. Its rich portrayal of Black life and its powerful independent female protagonist have inspired writers of all backgrounds. Hurston's exploration of race, gender, and identity in her work blazed a trail for future generations of writers. But Hurston's influence isn't confined to literature alone. Her pioneering work in anthropology and her extensive collection of African American folklore have proved invaluable in cultural studies. She helped to preserve and highlight the richness and diversity of African American culture, offering a profound understanding of its origins and evolution. Zora Neale Hurston remains an enduring figure in American literature, her powerful voice echoing through the generations, her insight into African American culture and folklore still resonating today.